Hey, this is Jesse with Detroit Metro Auctions, and today we are meeting with Lindsey. The the paperwork that I just printed out that was helped by ChatGTP tells me I need to introduce myself, right? So I'm gonna pull up something that's really super lame so that you can get an idea of who I am. You know what it's gonna be?
Gonna be the auctions page. Is that what it is?
It is not.
Oh, is it gonna be the LinkedIn?
It is gonna be LinkedIn.
Right. Let's get after it.
All right. So now I put a bunch of stuff that I used to do on my LinkedIn. And so the current things I do is I own Detroit Metro Auctions. So if you ever go to DetroitBid.com, that's who I am. I have a brother, which is kind of my partner in it, but I'm the owner of it and I'm the one that runs it. I've been working for Remax since 2008. So I've sold literally hundreds of properties now. And so I've done a whole bunch of different stuff over the last 6 years, including being commercial real estate agent, helping investors buy and sell rentals and stuff like that, as well as just buying people regular houses. So before I did that, I was a restaurant equipment dealer, which I still am. I've only been doing that for 18 years now.
Just a couple days, right?
It really puts it in perspective when you look at your LinkedIn. You're like, "Hey, dude, I made this LinkedIn like back when I was in college." Yep. So anyways, I don't really use it a lot. I do poke some stuff at it every once in a while, but it mostly just gets recruiters and bother me. So please don't go on my LinkedIn. But the month before that, I was a bar owner and a manager for Uncle Dave's Bar. Before that, I was the direct TV installer.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. So my question on those is why don't they ever come get their equipment? Because I got two of them on my house.
I didn't work that side of it. I just installed it.
Okay.
And then anyways, then before that, I was a loan officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to do my job.
Then before that, I was what did I do? I did HVAC right before that. I did windows, glass for years before that, and then I was a prep cook and a dishwasher for years before that.
Got it all bases covered.
I was
very well rounded.
I had something that I wanted to shout out everybody that was ever a professional dishwasher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who was a professional dishwasher?
This guy right here.
This guy right here. I'm making sure that we're all in the okay. Yeah. I got it. I just don't know which one I'm supposed to be looking at. We're looking at, if you see what we're looking at, you would be like, all right, so that's who I am. And so Lindsey, I want you to talk a little bit about you and who you are.
Okay, so I'm Lindsey. I'm a loan officer with Mortgage One. Been there about 9 years. Love it. Before that, I was a nanny in childcare. My true passion is children. And before nannying and childcare and student teaching and all of that, I worked at McDonald's and I washed dishes there too. So I guess we're all well-rounded.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're just going to give you a quick rundown of what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the market trends, such as interest rate, real estate trends, and financial markets. We're going to do a deep dive into some mortgages, which is basically Lindsey's going to tell you about some mortgages.
Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
She is so good at it. So she's super helpful when I have questions about stuff like that, because that's not my expertise. Then we're going to talk about investing a little bit. We'll talk about the stock market. We'll talk about gold and silver and crypto, like I always do. We'll talk quickly about real estate investment, and then we're going to talk about the current deals that I have going on, and maybe some of the notable deals that Lindsey has going on. Then we're going to close there, and so hopefully you guys are ready for our breakdown of the current market trends. Yes. Okay. So I pulled up some stats for Macomb County, because that's where we are. We're in Macomb County, Michigan, and these are the key metrics that are in. And I haven't reviewed these at all, so we're going to do it all at once.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a little bit more listings than there was last year, which is pretty cool, because we need more listings. Because it's been a really tough to get a good supply of homes for buyers to look at. Pending sales is up a little bit. The closed sales is down a whole bunch.
A whole bunch.
Yep. So that's a huge number. When you see the 22.6, that's a quarter.
That's a big drop. Yeah. And interest rates have something to do with it, and the lack of inventory too, because you can't be picky right now if you've got a need for it.
And okay, so now days on market.
Yeah.
I find that to be less than true, but it says it's a couple days less. Usually it hovers around in my 6 years of doing this, it's
Yeah.
anywhere between like 15 and 20 days. So
Yeah.
we're still a little bit higher than the average from what I've noticed. The median sale price in Macomb County has went up 7.8%.
Yeah.
It's all the way up to $290,000. So that's a lot. The average sale price is 325,000. I don't know how those numbers don't get much closer. Isn't that the median price, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, and then the inventory is a house for sale. So there's 1,100, almost 1,200 houses for sale. Supply of inventory. Remember when COVID was happening? That number was point something. Now we're at 1.7,
Yeah.
which is good. Then condos. I don't really deal in condos very often, so I'm just gonna kind of skip that. No one really, unless you want to move into a condo, I will do condos. I will do a condo tomorrow.
A lot of people who like move into condos and they don't like to do their yard work anymore.
Right. That's it. I mean,
Or there's snow,
Yeah.
or
yeah. It's either they downsize or they just don't have a lot of stuff that they try to do outside. Cause like you can't have like a nice garden. I guess you could have like a little garden.
You can make that nice through planter box, especially if you go to Costco, get a couple of, herbs and stuff in there.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Happen.
See, for me, I'm thinking, I want a big giant garden. I don't want to sell these big giant houses, like $500,000, $600,000, $800,000 houses with like just a sprawling thing.
That sprawling garden.
Right.
I
mean, don't you do like doing loans like that?
I love them. I love them.
All right, let's go. We need some $1 million listings. $1 million listings. Anywho, so that was the market stats for that. Let's move on to the next part here. Interest rates.
Yeah, so interest rates are getting a little bit better, but they're just not quite to where they've been in the past. And my goal is to see them at least get in the fives.
Is there a website
some reprieve
that I should show them that you would look at?
No, so like our pricing is if there's so much that goes into an interest rate. When people ask, what's my interest rate going to be? It's your credit, it's your loan to value, it's your loan program, it's your property type. There's so many different things that go into that to nail down an interest rate for somebody can give you variables all day, but that's why it's really important to talk to a lender. But yeah, if you look at these sites, you're going to be able to find, averages.
Right. So let's just say that they have really good credit.
Yeah.
Like me and you.
Yeah.
You got good credit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, so do I. So anyways, we're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, it took a long time to get there, but I do have really good credit. And let's just talk about, we were talking about that $500,000 point.
Yeah.
Right. So look, it's saying that the average is like 7, just above 7.
Yeah.
And then, when I say 7, that's always based off of a 30-year fixed rate.
Yeah. And with this scenario, even it's got you put 20% down.
Right.
So with these rates, you got to keep in mind that, this doesn't know what you're purchasing, what your actual credit score is. So these are good tools for you to use, but they aren't always accurate.
Right. But it's giving
it gives you an idea. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So if you could see, this kind of gives us a little history. So it is on a little bit of a downstroke.
Yeah.
We had a little hump that went up. But this is just a general idea of what mortgage rates are like right now. So we kind of went over, let's go over the financial markets real quick. So, and then we won't even have to touch back on this. Let's talk about crypto. When we talked to Lindsey last time, she never did crypto. So she doesn't understand what that is. And you don't really need to understand, really. It's just, these are just the assets that you can put your money into. You don't even have to you don't even have to use it as a currency.
Yeah.
So for me, I park some money in it, and it usually goes up.
I got seeing some returns.
Yeah, I am actually. So we only invested, I don't know, about $1,500 about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, and then I'm well over 5,000.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So and the only things that I play with at all, I mean, I did lose a ton of money doing Dogecoin.
Oh, okay.
And a couple of and there were some other different ones.
Yeah. Were you on that GameStop?
Oh no.
No.
One of my buddies was in on it.
Yeah.
He made like $75,000.
Quick.
$75,000. I'm like,
it's amazing.
No, I did not watch the movie. But anywho, the ones that we look at here is Bitcoin. It's down just a touch. I look at Ethereum, and it's up just a touch today, and then Solana. So these three that are in this area, you can see me circling it. Yeah, these are the real deal Holyfields. I don't really know what this stuff is, Tether and XRP. I haven't dealt with that yet.
They're always coming out with new ones, right?
They are, but these are the main 3 hitters, right? So if you ever look into it, these are the ones I invest in. These are the ones I've been making money with. But you always got to remember, I'm not a financial professional, so don't take, this is just
Yeah.
my advice.
Yeah.
This is not like this is not gonna make you money. I don't know what else my lawyer should have told me to say before I started talking about this, but
Added up.
anywho, there's the crypto. The next one here is precious metals. So I invested a little bit in precious metals, and this has been skyrocketing ever since the beginning of the year. Right now, silver has been dipping just slightly. Here, I'm going to pop up the spot prices for you. So the two things that I invest in is gold and silver. Silver is down a little bit this week. Last week it was hovering around $29. Now it's at 27, just under $28. So that's meaning that, like, say if you want to go buy an ounce, see these coins right here?
Yeah.
You want to go buy an ounce of silver, it's going to cost you like $30, maybe
Yep.
$32. So they add like $2 or $3
Yeah.
as premium to it, right? Coins are worth a little bit more money because they're minted by countries, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so now that's silver. How do we get to gold? How do we get to gold? Oh, here we are. Boom. So gold is down a little bit too. Uh, uh, it was over 2,400 yesterday. It looks like it's going to be hovering just underneath that right now. To buy an ounce of gold, you're looking at least $2,400 or $2,500. You see this gradual little line. If you guys never looked at these graphs, you don't really know what you're looking at. This just means it costs more and more and more all the time.
Yeah.
Right, it's worth more and more and more. So if you would have bought it way back here in 2023 at $18, $1,800 per ounce, like you're selling it at like 2,400 right
Yeah.
now. So you're making $400 an ounce. So those are the ones I like. If you ever want to like peek at platinum or palladium or rhodium, they also sell that stuff too. So the funny thing about it is that if you follow gold and metals in general, like they say that you're a platinum champion, that means that's like the top of the top.
Okay.
Platinum's worth about half of what gold is.
Oh,
It used to be worth more.
yeah. Now the price of it's really gone down.
Yeah, it's way down. Look, it's all the way down to
Yeah.
$950, where we were just at 2,300. Palladium, again, down. They were using this industrially to make Cadillac converters. So now that there's electric cars,
Yeah, they don't need them anymore. Down.
yeah, so that sucks. That sucks for if you invested into it.
Yeah.
But it's still cool because there's so little of it's super rare.
Yeah.
It's super rare. So okay, so that's about the market trends. Now you want to talk about mortgage types?
Yeah.
All right. So is there anything you want me to pull up on here to be able to pull up mortgage types?
No, I mean, with mortgages, you've got, your FHA, you've got your conventional, you've got VA if you're a veteran and your rural development. There are other loans, bridge loans, you've got reverse mortgages. But if you are a first-time home buyer and you're looking for a loan, you're probably going to be in an FHA or conventional loan if you are not a veteran.
All right, so cool. I want to talk to you a little bit about some questions that I had over the weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, I should put mortgage loan types in here, and this will give us framework to talk about deeper dive.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm just gonna back out of there. We're just gonna stop sharing the screen for a second. We'll just talk. I had a couple questions where people were moving from a different state and coming here. So they're in the military. They're leaving Colorado, and they're gonna come move to Detroit and go work at PATCOM or maybe Selfridge Air Force Base, and they're really concerned about what they're going to do when they sell their house and then how they're going to get into their new house. So so I explained it to them on a real estate, like what I can do for them. But can you explain to them on a mortgage how a mortgage would work for them to get
Are
that?
they on a military relocation?
They are not now. So he's out of the
Service
military.
now.
Yeah, but so he's working as a civilian contractor, but he's still working as a purchasing agent for the military.
Yeah. So there's options. If you qualify, you can look at a bridge loan where that bridge loan will, pay off your first mortgage and do the new mortgage. And then once you sell, you'll pay that bridge loan off. That helps you, get into that house without selling if that's your concern. But if you're moving, your thought is, I'm going to put my house on the market. Maybe you've got to look while you're here and have those close simultaneously, right? Because you've got to figure out where you want to live here. You can't be in two places at once. you've got to sell and then you're going to move here.
Right. So,
Another option would be if you've got the equity, you could take out a home equity loan or do a cash out refinance to pull that equity out to use as your down payment if you qualify for both payments.
okay. So specifically about the bridge loan,
Yeah,
basically, let's say, their house in Colorado is worth $400,000. They're trying to buy a house here for, let's say, cheaper. Let's say that the average, right, 200, or sorry, 320, what was it, $325,000 was the average, right? So like let's just say they have 50% equity in their $400,000 house, and they're going to step down and do like a $75,000 less house. How does that bridge loan work for them to be able to get there? It's basically a home equity line of credit, right?
nope. So that bridge loan's actually going to pay off the existing mortgage and you use those funds for your down payment. So you don't have that payment, right? So that payment's going to be gone for your mortgage. You don't have to count that against you in your purchase.
So their current house.
Their current house,
Okay.
yeah. And then from the funds from your proceeds, those are going to go towards your down payment. And then once you sell that home, that bridge loan will be paid off with the proceeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually did a bridge loan on my
Yeah.
house when we did it, and I never made a payment on it. We
Yeah.
closed on it, and then like 5 days later, we closed on
So
the
it
house.
usually works the bridge loan is you do that bridge loan, your home sells fast and you never really needed that bridge loan. So especially now with home selling so quickly, the fear of that bridge loan is what if my house doesn't sell? But you're not seeing that very much right now.
Right, because the house is
Yeah,
selling.
they're selling because there isn't very much inventory.
Right, and then so
And bridge loans can also be costly. So you really have to weigh your situation, the timing. It's great to have that bridge loan as a backup if that home doesn't close in time. But 9 times out of 10, it ends up where they're both ready to go at the same time and you're closing simultaneously.
right. So like, can we talk a little bit more about how, like, how much does it add to closing costs, you think?
I would say anywhere from 7 to 12,000.
$7,000 to $12,000 on that loan amount? Does it work off like a percentage of the
It really depends on who you get your bridge loan through.
Okay.
It really, there's so many variables.
Does Mortgage One provide that?
Yep, so we actually have offer a bridge loan through another servicer.
Okay.
Yep, and we fund it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully that clears up some stuff for people that are moving from out of the area or even stepping into a different house.
There's lots of options, but your first step should be calling a lender and just figuring those out.
Yeah, and then also give me a call and I'll
Yes.
kind of give you the framework of like
Yeah.
what we should expect when we're trying to sell a house
Yeah.
and then to buy another house, right?
Yeah.
And because there's contingencies on when you're putting an offer in, if you need to remove those contingencies, then you'll need to do something like a bridge loan or a home equity line of credit. And then the timing of it all, right? So
you want to make it as smooth as you can, right?
yeah, well, some deals you'll see like people have contingencies even after your contingencies.
Yeah.
So like there's another person that's down the line that's
Yeah.
waiting for their house to sell so that they can buy a house.
Yeah, sometimes it gets messy when you've got, seller already has an offer on a house, the buyer has an offer, but they're selling their house. Sometimes you can have quite a few transactions all rolled into one. So
Yeah. So that's people are like, oh, I got a double closing today or something
Yeah.
like that. And then that's really what it is.
Yeah.
They're closing on a house and selling the house and they're
And they're
closing on buying
buying
a
the
house.
house. Exactly.
Right. Okay. And then let's talk a little bit about VA buyers.
Yeah.
I have a ton of my clients, they all work at Selfridge or they're previous military people. And I find that like when I'm talking about VA loans to my people that I'm listing with, and I'm like, there's basically a box to check, and it's like, what type of financing are we allowed?
Yeah.
Right? And so like when we get to that VA thing, I'm like, okay, just so you know, when you check this, you're taking care of veterans. This
Yeah.
isn't just like a regular person. This is like someone that actually like, gave their time or put their
Yeah.
life on the line for our country.
Yeah.
So you need to take that very seriously, right? And so I push for veterans to get through,
Definitely.
not only because I have a bunch of clients that do it, but like also like I think it's like our patriotic duty to take care of people like that.
Definitely, I agree. And not only that, there's some talk in the industry that you don't want a VA loan because the appraisal and the concerns of repairs and so forth. A VA buyer VA does a lot to ensure that veterans can get homes. They allow the highest debt to income ratios. I mean, if you're worried in the sake of a VA buyer, oh no, we may have a couple of repairs. If there's repairs to be done, you're going to have that on FHA too. So don't count the veterans out.
Right. Well, and you will have it for FHA. The only things that I've ever had sorry, the pun, a trip up on is like raised concrete.
Yeah.
And like basically all they had to do was like skim some new concrete on there to make sure it's not a trip hazard. Yeah. And then other than that,
You
you
do
have to get
like pest and termite,
Yeah.
but I mean, we got to protect our veterans. So.
Right, exactly. So I always push for the veterans when I'm presenting deals to people, and I
Yeah.
give them the positives about it. Right, the positives are you're taking care of a veteran.
Yeah.
The negative is there might be a couple little more loopholes
Yeah.
that we have to jump through. Okay, so that's enough for that right now. Unless you want to talk about refinancing, which is probably not a
No, I have people that are refinancing. I mean, you got to think, take a look at your credit card and your installment loans. I mean, those interest rates with mortgage interest rates, those are much higher. I mean, I'm hearing people with 39% interest rates on their credit cards. A lot of people are doing cash out refinancing, paying off that high interest debt. And yes, their interest rate may go from a 2 to in the 6s, but the amount of money you're saving monthly makes it so much worth it. You've got to use your assets.
Yeah,
You got to have them work for you.
right. And then now I'm going to kind of transition that, right, to where people will refinance their houses to purchase investment properties. So that's our little segue. So now we're going to talk a little bit about investment properties. So there's different ways to go about how you do an investment property. You can buy it to hold it, and you can like lease it out, or you can do like Airbnb with it, or you can just flip it and then sell it for more money, right? So a lot of the deals that I do that are in Wayne County are investment properties.
Yeah.
So there's a buyer that's out of state and a seller that's out of state, and I'm coordinating this whole thing, right? And so like these people are buying and selling properties and they never even see them.
No, but they're usually going cash too, right?
Yeah, it's almost always cash, or it'll be a hard money lending thing, or it'll be a private lending thing.
Yeah.
So there's all different types of ways to be able to get money to be able to make an investment.
Yeah.
So and you can find some pretty good deals if you're ready to put some what they call sweat equity.
Definitely.
You do some sweat equity in some houses, you can refinance them out to buy even more properties. So we're going to talk a little bit about the different types of investments, right? So of real estate investing. So like we just talked about, that's residential, right? So you can buy like single units that are just regular single family homes, or you can buy duplexes or a quadplex. Sometimes I'll even show people that are like apartment buildings where you'll have like 10 units, right? And each one of those will give you not residual income, it's a monthly cash flow if you do it correctly. And the way that the real estate market's been going in the last 3 or 4 years, if you would have just bought those properties and just broke even on your taxes and all that stuff, you would have gained 17% on your investment, because that's how fast the property values went up. So if you guys ever want to speak with me at length about that stuff, like literally I can go on and on about
He's your guy.
Right. And then there's commercial aspects of it as well. So like the things that I do, I buy and sell businesses, right? Usually it's just the assets, and I don't buy like any other what do they call it? They call it good faith.
Okay.
So good faith is like your recipes and your address books and all that stuff, right? I don't buy any of that. I just want your stuff.
Gotcha.
And then I fix it, clean it, and sell it. That's part of the restaurant equipment dealer thing. Also, when there's people that need to sell their businesses, that's where I come in, and I can either list it on the MLS, or I can list it with my investors that I have to be able to try to market your business as a whole with the good faith inside of it as well. And then so that's part of the businesses. Commercial is like where people are buying commercial pieces of property. It could be warehouses, it could be strip malls, it could be churches, it could be schools, it could be any of those different types of things, right? And the buyers and sellers could be municipalities or corporations or individuals, or it could be all different types of business entities, right? And the way that typically goes is it's not like residential. There's different ways to appraise properties, and I can go into length, but basically it's instead of a value approach, they're doing an income approach, right? So how much money could this bring in if you did the right type of businesses and that type of stuff, right? So market analysis on how that works. there's not really good tools out here for regular real estate agents. Like when I say regular, I mean residential real estate agents to be able to identify the promising investments of commercial property. So if you're someone like me where I'm always in the market to buy anything, like it does literally could be anything, right? It could be a building, it could be a horse, it could be friggin' anything, right?
Yeah,
Whatever I know,
yeah.
yeah, for real, right? And we could go. I want to show a little bit of the auction stuff after this too. But that's why I understand like how that market analysis works, how to put value on things that typically most people won't understand. So enough of that. The next one is business dealings. Let's do it. All right, so the next I want to go back to sharing this bad boy. Go. Oh yeah, I did have other stuff I wanted to show about some personal stuff. We'll get that at the end. So if you've never been to my website, this is DetroitMetroAuctions.com. We did piece of cake last week, which was awesome because I burnt my arm real bad. You don't have to see it that much, but it's horrible. And it kind of smells. We don't. All right. Anywho, so piece of cake ended last week. I burned myself at this thing. It was not good.
Wasn't fun.
No, it was absolutely horrible. And now we're doing the Amazon and Costco returns. We've added Walmart returns to this, and we've added vehicles to the end
There's
of it as
lots
well.
of good stuff. And a bobcat if you're interested.
Yeah, it's at the end. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So like I took all the stock photos and stuck them on here. But like let's just say, for example, the Louisiana charcoal grill, right? Like this is the stock photo, but if you go in there, you can actually see what it looks like when we looked at it face to face, right? It is not perfect. This little thing, this wire didn't look good. This thing wouldn't turn on when I plugged it in. And I go on to explain that. And when you look into the things, it appears used, it turns on and reads an error code. And that's their error code, right? And it's on casters. You could tell someone used this thing.
Yeah.
So even though that it looks like it's brand new in this picture,
it's not.
No, it's not new, but it probably works.
Mm-hmm.
You just probably need to get a little new program thing or something.
Play around with it.
Right. You need to put your wood in the box. It's a pellet grill is what it is.
Okay.
So anywho, that can happen on any of those lots. So you got to really kind of pay attention to what's going on.
You got to read the description.
You have to read the description because almost all the stuff is new, but some of it's not.
Yeah.
So you got to pay attention, right? So like these, I don't think this has ever been opened.
No.
Stuff like this. And then so when you go into it, you'll see like, look, that box is never, well, look he did open it, didn't it? He probably looked inside of it and was like, oh yeah, they're in there. Yeah.
Now, have you ever gotten a box that looked brand new and you opened it and there was something else in it? It wasn't what the box was for.
No, not what the box was not for, but I've opened some boxes and it was like missing stuff.
Oh, I know. I got one of those in my garage.
So,
no bolts.
So what's happening is the consignor, which is someone I know very dearly, he buys these things at auction and they say that it's in good shape, right?
Yeah.
So like, and so.
It's just like going to a storage unit, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like
everything looks new and nice, and you get in there after you paid your money, and
yeah, but I'm not trying to deter you or anything, right? But like, because there's a lot of stuff that's like brand new, like this, you could definitely use it. But
like mine, I have the brand new lamps in my garage. That box has never been opened.
Yeah, so see, this one's like this is still brand new, even though it's been opened. So anyway. Okay, let's scroll down a little bit further. There's a little furniture in here.
Oh, there's new couches. There's a handicap sticker.
And you know, see, this is one of those things that was missing stuff. So we opened it up. It came with the base and came with the base and the thing, but not the pole. Yeah, so you have to like go buy your own pole. I don't know.
Somebody just wants that sign to put in their garage.
I guess, and then you can use this weight or something, but it has to have that little square thing for it. But there's on and on. You guys need to go.
It becomes addicting. It's like the first thing I check in the morning and the last thing I check before I go to bed.
Look, you can buy it just.
There's a shed too. I didn't see all these new things.
Yeah, there's a shed. It's a metal shed for 41
Show
bucks.
them the gold toilet.
The gold toilet. The back was smashed though. The gold toilet is sweet. It's like you know, when I saw that when I was a little kid. Did you ever see the TV show? Get out of here. Did that thing that say I was about to run out of time for the?
Running out of time, yeah.
Oh shit! So we might have to hurry up. Sorry, don't mean to cuss. But here's the gold.
$1 in the swear jar.
I know. Oh, so much money.
You look at that thing.
It's sweet. So there was a thing that's called.
Somebody's gonna be very happy with that doll.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Yeah.
And see, the tank is cracked.
Okay.
It is gone. So you know what we started this at? $1.
Yeah.
And it's all good, other than the tank was cracked. So if you buy a little replacement tank for that,
Maybe somebody gets a clear one, put some fishes in there, and then you're like really fancy.
oh, you put fish in the
I
toilet
mean,
bowl.
I don't know.
So, anyways, Lifestyles Rich and Famous. Donald Trump had a friggin' gold
Oh,
toilet
yeah.
and gold sinks, and it's I think it was in a private jet.
Oh, probably.
That was the only time I ever seen anything like that. And then ta-da, popped up in the auction.
There you go.
All right, so now you need to go to DetroitMetroAuctions.com to look at all that stuff. And it's gonna be too late by the time you see this.
Yeah,
probably.
we're already gonna be done.
That's happening
Yeah.
tonight. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna talk about a little bit of my listings,
Mhm.
right? So I have this commercial property in this is right in Chesterfield. And there's these two houses that need to get knocked down, and you need to put a commercial property right here. This is the filling station, you know that bar?
Mhm.
So I've never been in there, but and this is the church.
Okay.
So you're gonna be dividing the church from the bar if you buy this property.
Wow.
It's $450,000 for those two lots. Okay,
A great area.
it is an awesome area. You could definitely have an awesome business there.
Mhm.
Yorkshire is an investment property in Detroit. Then 21 Mile Road's a spa that I have listed for 275,000. We won't go into detail about that, but if you're interested in any of that stuff, let me know. Also, I have two pending deals. I have a deal that's in Allen Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that one's pending. It went actually, it might go a little bit lower than what we were asking. And then I have a double dip deal that's on Mendota in Detroit, and
Okay.
it's an investor out of state selling it to an
Yeah.
investor out of state, which is kind of crazy. I had an inspection at 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. That was a super awesome way to start my Sunday.
Yeah. Pictures and FaceTime, right?
Yeah,
Here's what
well,
you're
I
looking
just
at.
started writing letters.
Yeah.
So anywho's, now that's that. What, you got any kind of deals you want to talk about before we start wrapping this sucker up?
Oh, I mean, just right now, it's important now, just as ever, that you've got to speak to the lender, get your ducks in a row before you start looking. And people are buying and people are selling. So, don't wait for those interest rates to drop, because as we see them go down, whatever happens with this election, once rates drop, there's going to be more people out there looking to buy, and inventory is going to be less and less. So if you've got a need, don't wait. The time is now.
Right, and I am ready to help you right now.
Yes,
I have like no buyers,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of people that want to list, and they're always
Yeah.
kind of just waiting. But like, I love working for buyers. That's like my favorite part of my job
Yeah.
is to like go show houses.
Mhm. And it's so great, especially those first time home buyers.
Yeah, those are the ones that are the best.
Mhm.
Usually it's not first time home buyers. Usually it's like a divorce or someone died or
Yeah.
something crazy, and people are like, "Oh, your job's so nice." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
I'm a therapist. I do it all.
Well, you got to deal with divorcing
Yeah.
people or dying people. It's
And
pretty
that's
sad.
life. So,
Right.
yeah.
But it's all a part of what I do. So if you are a buyer and you are looking for an agent, I would love to be your agent. We're gonna have a couple more auctions that are on the horizon. We are going to pick up some stuff that was from a Red Lobster, and that's gonna be put at the warehouse after we clear it out. Then there's another state that we're gonna be clearing out in Emily City and bringing it back to that there as well. There's two other restaurants that have been in contact with me about selling their equipment. We might just buy it out, or we might have an auction for them. But if you're signed up for my for Detroit Metro Auctions emails, you'll get those emails as soon as we go online with them. And so make sure that if you're not signed up for that, go subscribe to Detroit Metro Auctions emails so you get alerts when we put a new auction online and when auctions are closing.
Mhm.
I promise I won't spam the crap out of you unless we have a ton of auctions.
No, but you're gonna want that, because I'll let you know when the ticker's going down. You can go out there and get your stuff.
Right. And then you can reach out to me with a text or email. I'll put it in the description so you can get in touch with me. I'll also put Lindsay's stuff in there too. So if you want to reach out to her about any of the questions that you'd have regarding a mortgage or what her new summer banger is or whatever.
We're still working on it. We'll have it next time.
Oh, you know what? Do we have how much more time do we have? Do we have any more time? It had a timer and then I took it away. But here, let's do back to screen share real quick. I wanted to go over some of these pictures. Over the weekend, we did an event,
Oh, I love it.
dude. And so like I had all these people like grab
The belt.
yeah, they had the belt and they had the chain right in front of my thing. And this was in Chesterfield. This is a guy
Wow.
so look at this Roadster.
It's like how
Look at So look how cute these are.
Aw, just loving it.
Isn't that awesome?
That's amazing.
Yeah, so this was at Cheers to Chesterfield. See it? See how cute these
At
kids are?
Brandenburg Park, right?
Yep, it was
Yeah.
at Brandenburg. And so I want to thank all those people that came out and let me take their picture and all that stuff. Okay. It says the cream stick. Okay. So anyways, I just wanted to say that was really cool, and I appreciate Chesterfield Parks and Rec being able to let us do that. And I think that's about it. You got anything else you want to leave with?
That's it. I hope everyone's having a good summer.
I hope everyone's having a good summer
Yeah.
too. And I wish that you're as good as me. See, shit, I don't know if you can tell how suntan I am.
Oh, I got a mean tan going on. Let me tell you. I got some color, baby.
You're about 5 shades less than me.
We'll work on it.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And
Bye,
hopefully we'll see
guys.
you in another one. Let's hit the stop recording thing wherever it is.
And that's it.
There it is right here.